Hi, welcome back to Leighton's Olive. Today I thought I'd show you guys how I do my potting soil for my seedlings that I start for summer planting. This is a compost pile that's in my greenhouse. It's been in here for a while. It's not a hot compost anymore. The microorganisms have done their jobs. But because it's still a compost pile, you do have like some fairly bigger debris and stuff like that in there. I still have potatoes in there because I put potatoes in the compost pile last summer, and I'm still digging them out. So yeah, what I do is I usually just take like a bucket full of stuff here and just kind of brush it through my grate or the screens that I have here. Because this way I get a really nice planting soil. You know, the potting soil. It's way better than what you buy in a store, because most of the stuff you buy in a store has, sticks and stones and rocks and everything in it, because it's not done by hand. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's not as good as this. Now, this takes a lot of work, but because it's only potting soil, I mean, I've done this twice already this year, and I thought I'd show you guys how I do it. Because now, I think today is the 9th of February, and I gotta get my tomatoes and peppers, and I don't plant my squash yet for another couple of weeks. But yeah, like this is the stuff that's left over, even though it's gone through a hot composting process. So I'll just throw that back in so it's broken down a little bit more. I'm going to bring you guys over now and show you exactly. Now, I've been doing this for a while, so my thing is almost full. So yeah, this is my compost, or not compost, but this is my potting soil. You can see just how fluffy it actually is. Like, yeah, it's actually like probably some of the best potting soil you're ever going to get. So yeah, that's my potting soil. That's how I make my potting soil. So what I got to do, well, you can see some of my lettuce. It's been in my last few videos, but now it's really starting to explode. Using my 3-inch pots, the little ones, these guys. Now they have tags on them because these are the ones I use to plant my romaine, which is all in my greenhouse right now. So, because I know I'm only planting Roma tomato in these, but you see how nice that potting soil is? Really nice soil. The best I think you could ever get. And this has lots of nutrients in it too for the young seedlings. And I know most of the potting soil that you will buy like at Home Depot or Lowe's or anywhere like that, you're not going to get much nutrients in that stuff. That stuff's gone through such a process that the nutrients is pretty well all taken out of it. Now the reason I'm only using 3-inch pots right now, these guys, is because they will be transplanted up into a 6-inch pot. Because my plants, because the main reason I'm doing them in February right now is because I like having tomatoes in June. I'm usually picking tomatoes when most people are planting their tomatoes outside for the first of the year. I'm usually picking tomatoes by then. So yeah, that's why I got to get these done. They should have been done about a week ago, but I just didn't have time with all the crazy weather and stuff that's been going on. So now I'm going to get this all done. And the tomatoes that I'm planting in these is pretty much the same tomatoes I plant every year. We're going to plant a few different varieties this year, but I think these are the ones that are still going to go in my greenhouse, which is Roma tomato. They're my favorite paste tomato. Only my Roma comes inside, because these are tried and true tomatoes, and it's my seeds. It's the seeds that I've been saving for years. Only problem, only mistake I made this year, and that is my own fault, is that I forgot to save my seeds from last year. From my tomatoes. I sold my seeds from everything else, and I completely gapped that I didn't do my Roma tomatoes. I think the main reason that happened, well, I did have some going, but the bottle kind of fermented a little bit too much because I forgot about them. So I'm hoping the seeds from the year before are going to be okay. So what I'm actually going to do, because I forgot to save my seeds last year, is I'm going to put more seeds in the pot. And hopefully I get at least 1 or 2 seeds to germinate in each pot. I'll put like probably 5 or 6 seeds in each one. And I'll just pull out the ones that aren't growing that well. So yeah, that's my plan anyway, because I mean I have thousands, I can say, of Roma tomato seeds that I sold the year before. And this year, I don't know. I have no idea what happened. I went through all of my seeds, and I'm going, you know what? I didn't save my tomato seeds this year. Oh, well. This is a good experiment to find out and see if 2-year-old tomato seeds will still germinate and produce good tomatoes. We'll find out. I hope they do, or I'm going to be way behind this year. Oh, well. Not the end of the world if I am, because, like I say, my greenhouse goes year-round, and last year, I think, or this year, no, last year, it would have been in, like, November when I picked the last of my tomatoes and peppers, so I have quite a long growing season anyway, but I like to get them in early. Because this year's, or last year I should say, so last year was a bit of a write-off for me. It was not a great year. My truck kind of gave up the ghost. I had to get rid of the truck, which is kind of hard to run a homestead without a truck, but I've been looking and looking and looking, and wow, I can't believe the price of trucks nowadays. Even the older ones are outrageous. But I have to get one this year, which will probably be in the spring, probably. So yeah, that, and then we blew the motor in my wife's car, all within like 2 weeks. Yeah, this 2022 was a bad year for me. Let's see, we lost the truck, blew the motor in the wife's car, which cost thousands of dollars to put another motor in. We lost our fridge in the house, so we had to go buy a new fridge. We lost our Space Saver microwave, it just stopped working, so we had to go get another Space Saver microwave. Yeah, it's been a year, I tell you, and all that stuff happened like within 2 months. Then we had the hurricane, which destroyed our property, lost 3 buildings. That's all 1 year. So, yeah, it's been a nasty year. But oh well, what can you do, you know? You just grin, smile, and keep plugging forward. That's all you can do. Because if you keep dwelling on it, it will drive you crazy. Oh well, it's life. The only thing that went well for me last year is my greenhouse. Well, to a certain degree, Fiona kind of destroyed it, but I got it fixed, so. Oh, just so you know, the name of the hurricane was Fiona. I didn't want you to think that I had some crazy woman coming in here and attacking my greenhouse. No, it was the hurricane. So yeah, I just about got all of these pots done. I think there's 37 of them. I'm not sure. I counted them once, but I know I could get 17 in one. I wasn't sure how many I could get in the other one. They're two different size trays. The only reason I'm putting them in trays is because once I get them planted, once the seedlings are all planted, these got to go back up to the house. Because, I mean, my greenhouse is warm, but the thing is that wintertime, even though the fire is in, but I got to shut it down at night so that it just kind of smolders and stops things from freezing. That's why I only plant cold crops in here. Like, tomatoes don't do well in that, so I can't plant my tomato seedlings down here. They would germinate. It would take longer. The plants might even grow, but the cold would stunt them at night. So I'm not going to take that chance. I'd rather just keep them up to the house for about 2 months from the time I plant them till they're ready to come down in the greenhouse. So that would make it March, April, the beginning of May, which is a little bit late for me this year. It'll probably be closer to the middle of April, and I'll be coming down and planting my tomatoes down in the greenhouse. Because normally here on the island, or here in Canada, on the East Coast, you don't really plant your plants outside till like June 20th or something. But I usually have mine in the ground 2 months, 2.5 months before then. Or in the greenhouse, in the ground. But I guess if you want to get technical about it, my greenhouse is actually a high tunnel because I do plant my plants in the ground, but I also grow a lot of plants, seedlings, and starts in my greenhouse, so that makes it a greenhouse. So my greenhouse eye tunnel is technically dual, if you want to get technical about it, but I just consider it my greenhouse. Yeah, so now I gotta go get my seeds. I forgot them. I gotta go up to the house to get them. I'll be back. I'm back. I just had to run up to the house to get the seeds. I forgot them. So, can't plant seeds with gloves on. That's just me. I mean, I don't like doing that. These are my Roma seeds, tomato seeds, 2020. That's when these were done, Roma tomato seeds. So we'll see. They should be okay. I mean, they're probably not quite as good as if they were done last year, but let's keep our fingers crossed. That's why I'm going to put in a few extra seeds. When I put in the extra seeds, I try to keep them spaced out a bit so that if I got to pull some out, it's not going to interfere with the other ones. My luck, they'll all germinate, and I'll have like 10 tomato plants growing out of one little 3-inch pot. Oh well, that's better than having none. And it's not like I have to worry about conserving seeds. Now they should germinate. I mean, my seeds are kept pretty dry. Sometimes I'll even put in some moisture absorbing packs, just to make sure things don't get damp. But I'm putting in a lot of seeds here, so yeah, like normally I wouldn't even put in half this many seeds, but because they're older, I'm definitely going to be putting in a few extra. Like I said, I don't see anything wrong with the seeds. Like, there's no mold or anything in the pot, so like I did dry them out really well before I put them away, which I do all the time. That's the advantages of having a wood stove, is because it's perfect for drying seeds, because the wood stove is a really dry heat and it just sucks the moisture out of everything. So just want to make sure I had a few extra in some of these, because I don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks and then nothing germinates. That'd be disappointing for sure. So yeah, like there's thousands of seeds in there. But oh well, you know, that's life. So I'm just going to kind of push the edges down a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of spread a little bit of potting soil over top. and then I'm going to water them down. So yeah, thanks for watching. It's a pretty simple video on how I do it. But yeah, like if you do your own compost, that is your best. Like this stuff is amazing soil. This stuff is, you know, you can't get much better than this. I like it especially for my starts, because you know there's no sticks or twigs or anything in it, and it doesn't interfere with the roots. So, and it does water well. It likes to absorb water really easy and quickly. So I like that for my starts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these all watered down, get everything finished with them, and then they got to go back up to the house. I'm going to set up an area up there for them in my front porch. Now that my puppies are out in the barn full time. So yeah, in about 4 weeks, I'm hoping in 4 weeks, these guys will be big enough that I have to transplant them to a bigger pot. These are the pots that I'm going to be transplanting them into these guys. The main reason I'm transplanting them from these pots to those pots is because once they're this size, I can actually keep them down in the greenhouse. A little bit of cold temperature is not going to hurt them. And I don't want them growing too fast at the beginning. I kind of want to slow them down a little till it gets a little bit warmer outside, and then I'll, you know, let them heat up and let things go like crazy. Put them in the small pots, those 6-inch pots. They're probably going to be in those for probably 3 to 4 weeks as well. So it's probably going to be 9 weeks, 10 weeks in pots before they actually go in the soil in my greenhouse. So that's the plan anyway. If they grow too fast, they may end up coming down here before then. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you got anything out of the video, maybe hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Smash that bell notification. You don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And thanks for watching.